Good morning, everybody. We are still in Prizren. This is our last day in the hotel, or I guess we just spent our last day in the hotel. We're gonna go up this goddamn steep cliff, the one that I fell over on yesterday. Come on. I did look at the maps for what the route we would need to take if we wanted to head into Albania is today, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of scary. Apparently, Albania has its own Alps, and we would need to cross the Albanian Alps. We have to figure out where we want to go. We are back at that same Turkish restaurant from yesterday. And if you guys are familiar with this channel, you'll probably already know that this is where we're gonna be eating every meal for as long as we're in town. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's all just lahmacun. I was wrong. It is too early. They don't sell lahmacun right now. Apparently 10 o'clock is too early for Turkish pizza. Can I get 2 of these? Two. These should tide me over until, I guess, lunchtime starts. Now let's go find some Diet Coke. I miss Istanbul, honestly. This is like the 30th dress store on this street. Are weddings like a popular tourist thing to do in this town? Like that's what this entire street is. It's just like jewelry and dresses. There's a dress store, there's a dress store, there's a dress store, there's a dress store. And those are all on top of the like 30 that we saw back there. But this is what we're after, a market. They don't have any Coke Zero, but they do have one of these sugar-free, I'm not tall enough to reach this, one of these sugar-free energy drinks. This was 60 cents. This is not my preferred method of hydration. I do prefer Diet Coke. But this will work in a pinch. One thing I noticed is that the city doesn't have enough like public trash cans, so there's a trash just floating around everywhere. We still have like 20 minutes to wait before the restaurant actually starts selling lahmacun, so I'm just gonna get a book and read. I'm sure they won't mind. Ooh, here we go. Super solid. I think that we're gonna go check out the hostel that's up the hill from there. I wanna make sure that there's like a place for me to put my bike. I'm not doing that shit again. If there is a place for me to put my bike, we will stay at the hostel for a couple of nights. I used to stay in hostels a lot more than I have been on this trip. I'm not sure why I don't stay in hostels more. Oh, it's my bike. Yeah, it's my bike. That's why I haven't been staying in hostels. My bike has a feature where if I hold the button right here, it'll just walk itself. It's really helpful for walking up steep hills. Here we are. This is the hostel and stay up. No, god damn it. Stand up. Motherfucker. I'm gonna leave my bike here for a sec while we check the place out. Yeah, there's other people with bikes here. They're not locked up. I think this is a very safe town. How do I open the door? Well, that's unexpected. Nobody seems to be home. I don't know where that leaves us. Some guys wearing white shirts and ties just came with trash bags. They're cleaning things up. And it makes me wonder if there's Mormon missionary missions here in Kosovo. It's gonna be closed. Pay for these at? Just give. Regretfully, in the touristy parts of town, these things are just as expensive as they are in America. This costs, let me see here, this is like $1.20 for 1 can. At Walmart in America, you can get something like this for like 75 cents. Let's go on a walk while we wait for the hostel to open. I take it back, I don't want to walk uphill. I'm in front of the hostel. I'm out front. Say that again? Sorry, I missed that. Okay, so apparently there's a restaurant here.
Yes.
He says come back in a half hour because the owner's gone. But I paid, we got keys to the room. I'm excited for this place because it's got a rooftop terrace that's overlooking, it's basically on the side of the mountain overlooking the city. So we'll get some great views. I'll be able to read. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this hostel. Meanwhile, we are gonna go to a bigger market that's not in a touristy area. We're gonna get a bunch of Diet Coke for cheaper than they're selling it here. So this is one of those things that was recommended to me by people on Instagram. It's a gaming cafe. Apparently these are really popular in Kosovo. You know what, fuck it, my bike's fine. We'll be quick. Let's just go take a look. Oh, it's very dark, and they're all kids. the guy doesn't speak English, and I don't know how to like ask him questions about like time or like how that works. So once we have checked into the hostel and I've got all of my belongings secured, we can actually go back and try to play some games in a Kosovoan internet cafe. The fact that the place is full of kids playing video games means it can't be that expensive. Like, their target demographic doesn't have a lot of liquid cash, so I can't imagine it's expensive to play games there. I'm not entirely sure where I am or how I got here. I'm in the middle of fabrics and suitcases. I found what we're looking for. A market that will... Don't fall over. We're looking for a market that sells Diet Coke at cheaper than American prices. They do not sell Coke Zero. Let's see. They have Pepsi Max in like large quantities, but it's that weird lime flavor. Don't ever get the weird flavors of Coke or Pepsi. They're just really weird. So we are on to another market then, somewhere. I'm not using Google Maps to navigate. I'm just sort of riding around, seeing if I can find a market somewhere. And it's kind of fun not using navigation. All of these kids keep recognizing me from TikTok. They're gonna be in the next video.
Oh, hello.
It is really something else to just ride around a city without like a particular goal, or just to ride around. And I found a supermarket called Kipper. We've never gone on rides just for the sake of exploring. We've just had like a end destination in mind. Look at that whole thing. And now that we got this new bag, we can hold so much Diet Coke. Like, we've got way more storage space than we had before. 2 Diet Cokes fit with no problem. Seeing this gas station right here makes me realize how rare gas stations have been. If I was legally allowed to get a motorcycle and I did get a motorcycle instead, I feel like filling up my tank would be way harder than just pulling my battery into a cafe. This is so convenient. Having to deal with actually filling up a tank of gas would be such a hassle. We can probably head to the hostel now. Yes, it does look like the hostel is open now. Good. He said that we are in room 2. There's not a reception, so... I think that makes this our bed. They don't have air conditioning, but they do have a big fan. But the room isn't actually that important. The reason I chose this hostel is because of the terrace. Holy shit. Holy shit. This was $10 a night. Oh, and there's a little cubby. Oh my God, I'm gonna get my book. I'm gonna read. I'm just gonna sit here. These stairs don't have a railing and they go really far down. One of the problems you'll encounter a lot in hostels is that there will be a limited number of outlets, and you'll find that one person takes them. There's one outlet for both beds. We do have a solution for that though. Having a splitter like this takes one outlet and it turns it into 2. Looking at this person's port, I think they're from America. They're definitely using a US socket type. Holy shit, the Wi-Fi here is so fast. This is the fastest Wi-Fi I've seen in the entire country, actually. I'm trying to figure out where we're actually going to go. I want to go to Albania. I want to ride along the coast. I think that would be fun. But that's really like short-term gratification because that goes against my long-term goals. My long-term goal for this bike is to go to Georgia. Georgia, the country. Originally, I was thinking that we would go down through Albania, through Greece, then through Turkey, up into Georgia. But apparently that's really dangerous and Turkey is really big. So instead, I think maybe we will go to Bulgaria and then take a cargo ship across the Black Sea into Georgia. I don't know, but Albania is in exactly the opposite direction of that, to where if we go to Albania, we're going exactly not where we should be going. Oh, that nap was great. You know what? I actually have a professional camera that's really expensive. Why am I taking pictures on my phone? Like, what is the point of bringing a camera all the way out here on a backpack if I'm not going to use it to take really great pictures? I should start using this more often. I brought it. I want to use it. That right there looks like an Instagram post. Yes, it does. This place costs $10 a night.